Why you're failing to get promoted. The reasons why employers refuse to promote you. You're about to discover why companies don't promote their employees. What's really interesting is that people resist change when it's inconsistent with their conditioning. Think about that. In fact, your conditioning is housed in your subconscious mind. Each of us, you and I, have conditioning that is operating automatically in our subconscious. What this means simply is that if you look at the human mind as a supercomputer, then in order for it to run programs, it must have an operating system. This operating system is the conditioning within our subconscious. Our conditioning, like an operating system, consists of the things we were taught from our schools, the churches we went to, pastors we talked to, mentors, grandma, grandpa, mom and dad, all of those people. All of what we learned at an early age created our operating system. Even things from the government and the media, especially TV and movies and other entertainment. It all contributed to our conditioning and hence the operating system that we use to run, well, programs. So if you end up with a failure-based operating system and you try to run a successful program, well, you'll probably end up with a syntax error and an error message. That's why when people hear secrets of success, they don't execute any of those secrets because their conditioning won't allow them to run the processes. The fact is, most of our success and failures are determined by our subconscious automatic programming, and we're not really usually aware of it. So here's something interesting. People who are not programmed like you usually can see the failed programming inside of you. It's plain as day. What's worse is that they won't even tell you, or they will fail to recognize, and maybe you'll think they're crazy and take it as an insult. Nevertheless, we don't realize that we may be operating with a failure-based operating system and never come to terms with that fact. So that's why when people hear the truth about how to be promoted, they have to resist it because their failing operating system can't believe that it's true. And they're incapable to run a successful type program. 90% of the results of our lives are a result of our conditioning and our subconscious programming. So in order to run a successful program, you have to upgrade your operating system. In other words, your conditioning, and that takes a lot of work. It takes humility and a commitment to better yourself. I personally have found it difficult to upgrade my conditioning and my operating system because I had an emotional attachment to it. It was pieces given to me by my uncles, my aunts, my parents, my grandparents, friends, mentors. I was attached to my current programming, and it made me have several excuses of why I wasn't successful. When I finally started to look at myself and how I'm playing a role in my own demise, I realized that I was being fed, well, outrageous information. For instance, I love superhero movies. But what do they tell us? Superman was an orphan. He had an arch enemy. Lex Luthor, millionaire. Spider-Man, orphan. He had the Goblin, billionaire. These are successful people, and they were painted as evil. Yeah, if you think about it, we've been pre-programmed since childhood that successful people are arrogant, self-serving, evil, and they want to do harm to everyone so that they can have everything their way. Even the media feeds us that large corporations practice evil tactics to get ahead and are only focused on taking every dollar away from everybody else. All of us are born with zero knowledge, zero skills, and without any operating system. It's our environment that programs us and gives us the code and whether we're going to have a failure or successful operating system later in life. And for a lot of us, the information we've been fed has been false and subjective and just wrong. Not in all cases, but I believe this to be true, and in most of the population. That's why there's only 1% of the population that are at the top and the most successful people. Think about that. 1%. makes it to the top. I'm not saying it's everyone else's fault and we have to be victims of the programming that we've received. What is the fault is the people who want more in life but are never willing to work on upgrading their operating system or reconditioning their subconscious processes that are the ones that are keeping them from being successful. This is why people don't get promoted. It's why most employees never move up. So why are you failing at getting promoted? The answer is your current operating system is not worth the investment for the company. Now, you might be offended by this, but a company needs to see a return on investment. And if a company sees a person working hard to upgrade their operating system, then, well, that person is a better investment and they're better for the company's future. So if you're not willing to upgrade, then you're most likely going to get passed by. If you want to learn more about upgrading your operating system, check out this playlist from Pathway to Leadership. I'm John, and I will see you next time.